My name is Elizabeth Petty, and I have been a school social worker for 26 years. This is actually my 27th, but for the past 3 years, I have stopped working with just special ed kids, and now I get to work with all students and parents. What I like most about my job is just being the interactions, the one-to-one with the students, being able to develop relationships with them, developing trust, and teaching them strategies that they can use when they're in difficult situations. I had the opportunity to change my job and to work as a mental health coordinator instead of being a school social worker with special ed kids. So I jumped on that, and once I started doing that, I was doing a lot of one-to-one therapy. I didn't have all the rules and regulations that I did with the special ed anymore. I also decided that, I am going to write a grant to see if I can use some machines and talk with Doc Royer about utilizing that. I was really interested in it, and so I actually had him come to school. I had a parent presentation for the public so that everyone in Granville could come if they wanted to learn more about the brain and about breathing and how it is helpful with decreasing anxiety and depression and improving attention and energy and focus. And that just really affected me even more, and I just wanted to dig in a little deeper as to what can I do directly. You know, I had one student say that she has a really hard time sleeping and she would wake up often, and she said to me last week, she's like, well, I've been doing my breathing before I go to bed, I'm sleeping better. So, you know, that was really exciting for me. And then last week I had a student here that we're using the M-Wave right now with her. She's in the second series of machines, and she said, I'm just happier.
I think it's helped me a lot so far with trying, like, when I get upset or something, I'll just stop and breathe. It's like a balloon, like your belly is the balloon. When you pump air into it, like you breathe in, that's filling it up. Yeah. And then when you breathe out, that's like letting the balloon go.
Using the different machines, how has that helped you breathing, or how has that helped you just in life?
Sometimes when I, like right before a math test, I use it to calm me down.
Okay, so when you're feeling nervous, you use it to calm yourself down? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what did you say before too about what subject sometimes is more difficult?
Math.
Okay, and you use it before you take a test, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how do you think that improves overall for you?
It helps me like remember what I learned.
Like usually sometimes I do it during tests, and sometimes it even works when I feel sick.
Oh, okay. So when you're feeling sick, how does it make you feel different?
Like it doesn't make me focus on like how my stomach hurts.
Oh.
And it just feels like it takes away some of the achiness.
Oh.
It's like because it's clearing up my lungs, it feels good.
I love seeing the changes and just the giggles, and they're happy to come down here and see me and do it and do the breathing. And right now we just started the last session with the Netflix, the Stamina, and I have one student who just loves, there's an interactive video that you get to choose, and it's exciting, it's really exciting to see, like I'll be like, look at where you are with your breath, you're really close, you're at 10, and she'll be like, okay. And she just does this. She actually does this to get herself, as she's breathing, to calm down and focus. When I'm teaching the students to breathe, some of the things that I notice with their emotions that change, they're calmer, peaceful, content. That's a lot of times I get that, or I get happy. When they have hit a threshold or someplace where they know they're supposed to be, I use some that feel very proud of themselves and accomplished. One student, when you're watching the Netflix video and it's a little scary, there's like an animal chasing another one and the music changes and you can just see like they're breathing, all of a sudden it like goes, it's going past, it's getting fuzzy. And then I'm like, when we're done and we talk about it, I'm like, well, what'd you notice? And they're like, yeah, I forgot my breath because I was so like into it. And I'm like, so now do you see how like when you're in a situation, at school, like right before a test, or you're doing something, going to the dentist office and you don't want to go to the dentist office, why using your breath is so important? And so that's what I think has been really good, because I've been able to apply it to like the outside world and outside of this room. And that's what makes them like utilize it more. They're learning how it helps them right? Like, and what they need. What I think it means to have an inner armor and why I think it's important for students to develop an inner armor. There's so many things that happen in a student's day. There's so many experiences. I don't know, you've probably heard the saying of a student hears, you know, several negative things and they need a ton of positive things to counteract the negative. If we can equip students with a tool that they have in their body, they don't have to have anything to put on them, right? It's already there. If we can equip the students to use that at any given time, then they're prepared. They're prepared for any given situation. So they can maybe be super sad, remember your breath. They can be fearful or scared right before a test, remember your breath. They can be excited because they just came in from recess or they were just with their buddies and, you know, playing, who knows what they were playing out at recess, right? And they come in, oh, but we have to focus and get back on learning. The tool is right there. So the thing that for me is I love in the school program that's so important is that teachers can utilize it any time, and kids can too. So whether the teacher's choosing to utilize it with the whole class or whether just with the one kid, once I've taught that to the one student, they're able to either teach others or use it for themselves.